Hey, what is going on, guys? In today's video, we need to have a conversation about the aim assist nerf in Fortnite Project Era Season 7. I've been getting quite a few comments from you guys on controller saying, I'm having a really hard time this season, do you have any tips? And I was also having a really hard time too, and I think I know exactly why. In real Fortnite 2019, so not Project Era when Season 7 was around, patch 7.40 briefly introduced a cooldown mechanic to L2, but it was reverted almost immediately because it was incredibly awkward to play and it was very frustrating. But unfortunately, we are stuck with this L2 nerf. Now, while yes, I do acknowledge that in Season 5 and 6, L2 was definitely a bit busted. I can totally acknowledge that, and a nerf is reasonable. But this change is completely the wrong way to go about it. Okay, so let's just kind of dissect what the change is in the first place. What it doesn't do is affect how far L2 will snap on. So if you think about it, if you're a little bit off target when you're hip firing, and you click L2 to aim down sights, it's going to snap onto the target. That hasn't changed. I have a clip from this season showing that. And there's an interesting thing. Like, do you take the hand cannon anymore? I honestly don't know. See, L2 still works. As you can see there, if you tap L2 slowly enough, it still works just the same. It's still kind of broken. What has changed is how fast you can do the L2 snapping. If you click L2 too quickly in succession, you will get your snap-on effect completely disabled until you stop spamming L2 for some unknown amount of time. Nobody really knows right now how the cooldown timer is calculated, but I'm going to show you a clip showing you this problem. Okay, so my game froze up because of the server, so perfect time to demonstrate the aim assist change. So as you can see, L2, you got to snap, right? Got to snap, see that? But if you click it too fast, no snap. See? If I wait a couple seconds, snap on, snap on, snap on. But if you do it like this, nothing happens. As you can see there, you have to be slow with it. If you go too quickly, it just randomly disables itself. Now here's why I think this change is actually incredibly terrible and just doesn't really fix the fundamental problem of making controller play extremely awkward. Okay, the fundamental problem with aim assist was that the strength of the snap-on effect when you L2'd was a bit too strong. What they've done is just made L2 incredibly inconsistent and random. And you may be thinking, well, that's not really a problem because if you don't L2 spam, then you're not going to be affected by this, right? I would strongly disagree with that. Think about some of these scenarios. Let's say you take out your pump shotgun and you aim down sights for a shot. And then you switch to your SMG or hand cannon, aim down sights for that shot, and then quickly switch back to your pump, aim down sights for that. I don't necessarily think most people would say that's L2 spamming. That's just aiming down sights with your gun. I don't think that's really L2 spamming. You may very well get the cooldown because it's technically too fast for the system. And even though you're not L2 spamming there, you're still getting the cooldown. Another example, let's say you are ARing there's multiple targets. Like you AR one person, you knock them, so you switch target, so you unaim down sights, aim down sights, that person's one shot, right? So you knock them, and then you switch to another target, you may get the cooldown there because technically it's too fast. What this has done is it just makes aim assist randomly inconsistent. It's still broken when it works, but it doesn't work all the time. Let me kind of give you, I guess, sort of like a metaphor to think about it. So imagine like we have like a heavy sniper, right? And we established that 150 damage is too good, all right? And we need to nerf it. What sounds like a better solution to you? Should we maybe just tone down the damage to like 130 instead of 150, right? So just make it a little bit less strong when it hits? Or should we make it to where there's a 20% chance that it does 0 damage? Which of those sounds like a better change to you? Basically, the controller thing, this change is basically the 20% chance of 0 damage. Because you haven't changed the fundamental problem of it being too good when you snap on, you just make it wildly inconsistent. So overall, it's just a very frustrating change, and honestly, this is just incredibly silly. Now, how do you play around this? Well, it's going to be tough because you're just going to have to get used to how fast you can L2 spam. If you're like, for example, taking long-range shots with a hand cannon, you can pretty much L2 the same way. That gunfire is so slow that you're really not going to notice. What you can't be doing is L2ing too quickly in close-range battles. Rapidly spamming L2 doesn't do a thing. And you have to be careful because if you're switching between guns and aiming down sights too many times, you might get the cooldown, and it's just going to be incredibly random. The way to really play it is just to purposely, in your mind, slow down how fast you L2, and you're going to have to rely on hip firing a lot more, because honestly, aiming down sights, the snap-on is just so incredibly random. So it's definitely going to be a bit of a struggle to play controller. What I'd really say is that now controller really favors more of a build heavy playstyle now, especially since we have dead zone adjustment. Last season I was recommending taking an AR range playstyle. That really doesn't work anymore with this change. So overall, it's just incredibly frustrating, but I think it's important for you guys to know about this change. So thank you for watching this video, everybody. I hope this helps you, and I will see you in the next one.